Hey, it's the Italian Meatball. Welcome back, and this is my 400 subscriber Q&A. And I just first of all want to say thank you to everybody out there who likes any of my videos, watches any of my videos, comments on my videos, gives us suggestions, subscribes in general. Just thanks to anyone who does that. It really does support the channel, and I've grown so much recently, and all I hope to do is grow even more so we can kind of expand things, try new things, buy new things to support the channel. It's just crazy how good this has all come. But before I start waffling, which I normally do, I want to get into the Q&A. Before we do that, I'm going to be reading around the lines a lot here of these questions, just to warn you. But anyway, first question we've got here, and it's kind of two questions that are more or less asking the same thing. The first one is asking what do EA need to improve in the next game, and the best idea for hashtag change career mode. For those who don't know, hashtag change career mode was a movement by Shiny Sports, who I also watch his career modes, and a lot of other YouTubers kind of jumped on this and kind of explained what sort of stuff they want in the next FIFA. And then I can't remember what his name is. I think Rob Hodson or whatever. He actually, sent a tweet out saying like, what do you guys want? I was gonna do one of these videos, but it just became like, I don't know, I just found that I was basically using everyone's ideas and didn't have any original ideas, so there was no point, and I'm only a small channel, so my voice isn't gonna get heard that much. But for the sense of this Q&A, I am gonna say my idea, and this is for career mode. I mean, there's tons for Ultimate Team, but I don't play Ultimate Team that much, so I'm not really going to share my opinion on that. But for career mode, instead of auto growth for the players, like, so it's just automatic, instead they earn XP, and obviously if they're younger they earn a little bit more XP, if they're old they don't earn as much XP, and then with that XP you can target which attributes you want to raise. The only problem about this is a lot of people will just go straight for pace on everyone, and they can make their centre backs have like 90 pace. So for that instance, I think they should cap some things. Alright, so for example, say you get like a really young 19-year-old centre back and he's already got like 70 pace, then obviously his cap for his pace will be a lot higher. But then for someone who's got 30 pace, his cap for pace will be a lot lower, so maybe capped at about 60. Next up, like player transfers. So other clubs can transfer their players, but I'm not expecting this one because it'd be really hard to do, because maybe if you put someone up for offer and you just want money, they're just going to keep giving you players, and you're going to be like, I don't want players. So maybe, in my opinion, what it should be is something you request. So say they send an offer at first, you can like check a box and say, do you know what, I'm willing to take a player as well or some money, in case they haven't got enough money. And then the last but not least is sponsors. Just a different way of asking your club for money. When you request for transfer funds, I find that really tedious, really boring. I never use it. So instead of that, maybe do something completely similar but use sponsors instead. Our second question is, do you have a girlfriend? Well, I've not really came out about this recently, and I'm gonna say it now. I do have a girlfriend, and her name is James Milner, the football god. Third, we've got a question that's saying some guy lives in Manchester. He's told me where he lives. Where do I live in Manchester? I can't really tell you that. Just in general, I don't want people to know exactly where I live. I live in Manchester, that's all you need to know. I live in the vicinity of the Etihad, like nowhere close to it, nowhere far away. Just around near the Etihad Stadium, hence why I'm a City fan. Which kind of feeds into a different question later on in the video. Next question is, when did you start playing FIFA, and what's my favourite FIFA? Alright, here's going to be a bit of a weird one. I did used to play FIFA when I was younger with my brother, so like FIFA 05 maybe was when I actually started playing FIFA 04, FIFA 03. Like, there has been a lot of FIFAs I have played in the past. But I'm going to be honest, I wasn't really into football back then, and and then I just never bought them myself, because at that point me and my brother got different consoles. But I actually got back into football and back into FIFA at FIFA 13, and I've been buying them ever since. So that's 3 FIFAs really. And my favourite FIFA would have to be, I don't really have a favourite because, I don't know, in my opinion they're all more or less the same with little tweaks. So I'll just go with the current one. The current one's my favourite. I just like things being updated. The question that I was mentioning earlier is this one, which is, why do I support City? And the only answer I can give to that is because I live near them, and I think they're a great club. I mean, you can slag them off all you want about how they got the money and everything, but every team has fortunes, I'd still be supporting City if they didn't have this mass amount of money. It's just this money's allowed us to buy good players and get trophies. Next question is, do you play football in real life? And my answer to this is I used to. When I was younger, I used to play like on the weekends. I used to be a defender. Used to play, for a pretty big club, like not big, well, a big club in the table, in the little leagues tables. But yeah, no, I did used to play football quite a bit, but this is when I'm really young, and then I kind of got out of football, grew out of it, played a bit of basketball more, and yeah, I never really got into it until recently, like what I said before, when FIFA 13 came out. Around that time I started getting back into football. I still do play football now every now and then, depends on the weather, cause I live in Manchester. It is really shit weather all the time, so there's never really a nice day to go out and play football, but whenever there is, I will go out and play football. So not probably the answer that he was looking for, but it's kind of hard to answer that question. The next question is, would I ever get an Xbox One, basically? And my answer to this is yes, I will probably get an Xbox One at some point, but that all depends on my channel growth, because I'm not gonna, and obviously how dear the Xbox One is, but I'm not gonna fork out that much money to pay for a console that I'd only need for one game, because the only game I'd need it for is FIFA, and that's because of legends and YouTubers. Every YouTuber who plays FIFA has an Xbox One, so to be able to collaborate with people will be really hard, because no FIFA YouTubers have PS4s, because legends are on Xbox One. So that is the only reason I'd ever get and obviously for some exclusives. It really does depend on the channel growth, so you know, just help us out, help us grow this channel, and you'll be getting better content. That's it for every channel. If you like a channel, you're going to help it grow, because that's the only way it's going to get better. Next question is, what is my dream job? And this is very stereotypical to say, because I'm Italian, or part Italian anyway. My dream job would be to own a big restaurant, like a good restaurant, not a shitty restaurant, like a good restaurant, and just be able to own that and be the manager of it. That's my dream job. Will it happen? I don't know, because you've got to have a lot of money to invest into that. But yeah, that is my dream job. Next up is, I'm building a town in Minecraft. Have you got any names? Why is SirDolmioDay the best name for a town? And then, best name for a town. SirDolmioDay is the greatest name for a town ever. If I ever get a chance to rename a town, it will be SirDolmioDay. If you don't get that joke, last summer we created a channel called Stereotypically British, and it's an inside joke on one of those videos. Listen, I mean, you can go and search for it if you want to, but it's just a personal joke where a friend came up with a really shit name for a town. And on that last question now, I'm going to re-show it up now. It says, what was my most fun making a video? And there's two ways I can answer this question, so I'm going to try and answer it both ways. The most fun I've ever had making a video is rather when I first got Fraps and I started making Minecraft videos, because that was a really fun time because it improved my quality so much. Or when I bought an Elgato game capture, and obviously that as well really like boosted up the quality of my videos, and I felt like I was getting way more professional with it and my videos were much more enjoyable. But the other way to answer this question is, what's the most fun making of videos in one particular video? Probably my best video would be Quest for the Enderite Part 2. I think that's what it is. It's an old Minecraft series and the acting's awful, but it was kind of like a roleplay. But I enjoyed the editing part of it. That was like the video that I've had the most fun editing, because it was so cool just to edit it and everything fell together into place really well. But it was an awful video. I mean, it's still up there if you want to go watch it. I'm not really one for taking down embarrassing videos, because I just find them absolutely hilarious. Those are all the questions in the Q&A. I hope you've enjoyed this Q&A. If you want another Q&A, then drop this a like once it gets to, once I see that it's got a lot of support, and a lot of people want to also comment below, obviously, if you want a Q&A. And once we've got a lot of support, I will release another Q&A at some point in the future, maybe for another subscriber special. If you've got any ideas for other subscriber specials in the future, leave them below, because I'm optimistic that we will be reaching 500 subscribers in the near future. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and stick around for the long run. I'll see you in the next video.